Welcome to Menopause Moguls podcast, the Elevation Talk series with yours truly, Dr. Joyelle. I am Dr. Joyelle, the Menopause Mogul, board certified OBGYN and business coach for Black women 40 and over. And my mission is to educate, embolden, and empower Black women and other women of color in their journey through health and careers. This is a space for Black women and other women of color to share their compelling trials and tribulations in their health and or in their careers and businesses. This is where we recognize the humanity of Black women and show how Black women continue to elevate despite midlife challenges and changes. So tune in to meet our next amazing guest. Hello. Welcome back to Menopause Moguls, Elevation Talks podcast. I'm back, y'all. I wanted to talk to you all about the power of worship in menopause and business. The power of worship in menopause and business. Now, I know that this may not be for everybody, right? But I feel like it may help somebody because when I realized this power, it made a shift in my thinking, in my feeling, just in my journey through this process of perimenopause, process of entering entrepreneurship, and process of going through this temporary long COVID journey. So this came to me after listening to a sermon. Now, I don't remember which one, y'all. Forgive me. I listened to a lot of sermons. Just know that it was somebody connected to Bishop T.D. Jakes. It wasn't him. It wasn't Pastor Sarah. It was somebody else. But they was given this sermon and they said, stop worshiping your pain. And that struck a chord in me because when I was listening to it, this was really, in the midst of all the things in regards to what I was feeling, the pain, my head tremor, my muscle twitches, like all the things that I was feeling. And this pastor was saying, stop worshiping your pain. Stop worshiping your circumstances instead of worshiping the God, the creator that will help you through it. And I was like, wow, that is what the heck I've been doing. Like worshiping my circumstances, worshiping my pain. Now, when you think about worship, right, you automatically think of, honor, deep devotion to a divine being or supernatural power, right? That is what you automatically would think of. But just in general, to worship, to love and honor something or someone very, very much. We can also fall into worshiping all kinds of things, right? Or idolizing things or people. You think of people idolizing money and power, other possessions, basically focusing on something that is more important than God, something that absorbs our energy, just consumes us. So when I heard that, I was, like I said, it struck me because I'm like, that is what I have been doing. I have been consumed with my symptoms, like totally focusing on my symptoms in regards to the physical pain, the tremor, the twitches, the nausea, like it was consuming me. It was happening and it was just consuming me. Focusing on negative thoughts. I'm tired. I don't feel good. When am I going to feel better? I just feel bad. I feel inadequate. I feel like I don't ever feel good again. And my circumstances where because the way I feel, because of what I'm feeling and experiencing with these symptoms, I can't do what I want to do. I can't work on my business. I can't record a podcast episode. I can't. And I realized being consumed with that, focusing on just those things, kept me stuck there. Right? Like, that's all I was thinking about. There's the tremor. There's the pain. There's that muscle twitch in my arm again. There's that muscle twitch in my leg. That's excruciating pain in my back. There it is again. There it is again. I'm tired. So tired. I can't play with the children. I can't do any work. I can't sit at my desk at my computer. I can't even sit comfortably with my laptop because I'm in pain. This pain, this feeling of just haze over my brain, the brain fog, like all of this. I was just being consumed with all of it. And really just sitting in this woe is me. Woe is me. And just wasn't doing anything. And when I heard this sermon and we said, stop worshiping your circumstances, stop worshiping your pain, I realized that I have been sitting in victim mode, right? I was the victim, like, oh my gosh, this is happening to me. Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening now? I'm trying to build, expand my business. I'm trying to do something different with my podcast. I'm trying to, but this is happening to me and I can't. I was sitting in that victimhood, just sitting as the victim instead of sitting as a victor, someone who defeats an enemy, defeats a problem, a battle, right? Instead of sitting in that and realizing that I have been through this when I was going through my initial perimenopausal journey, where I was having all these symptoms, not feeling like myself, not recognizing myself, not liking myself. And I was sitting with that for quite a bit and pretending that, oh, I'm fine. It's fine. I will get over it. It'll go away. Eventually, I got to keep going. I keep going. And I remember that once I shifted my focus on why it's happening to me and what is happening to me, and shifting it to, okay, this is happening. Like, I'm still acknowledging it, but I need to focus on the things that actually will pour into me, that will uplift me, that will nourish me. Like the presence of God, right? Like the peace and the joy that He can give me, instead of looking outside of myself, instead of blaming the symptoms, blaming the circumstances, and essentially worshiping those, right? So once I stopped worshiping that with my perimenopausal journey, same in regards to this long COVID journey, once I stopped worshiping those symptoms, the circumstances, and started directing my attention away from that and being more intentional about just doing small acts that would make me feel joy, that would make me be at peace with myself, that would make me feel just better in my skin, where I can still do things, right? I was able to give myself permission to love on me more instead of judging me. Like, girl, you can't do that no more because this long COVID got you all the way down and you can't work on the business. You can't do that. Like all the things, like just judging me, like, all of that. Once I stopped doing that, once I started to write gratitude every single day, just for the little things, like I'm grateful that I was actually able to get up out of the bed and move today. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I am able to play with my kids for 15 minutes. I'm grateful that I was able to do that today. I'm grateful that I have certain downloads of things that I would like to share and like to talk about, whether it's on the podcast, whether it's in a social media post. I'm grateful that I can get those downloads and write them down and then share them with someone else that can potentially be helpful for them. I'm grateful for those things. I also got deeper and deeper in my devotionals and scripture and prayer. And I realized, again, once I started doing those things and stopped worshiping the symptoms that I've been experiencing, stopped worshiping the circumstances that was, getting in the way of me being more productive and just doing things, my mood changed, my energy changed. I was able to again start working on some things when it came to my business, and I changed what that looked like. I had to because of what I was feeling and my fatigue and things like that. Like, okay, now I cannot sit at the desk for several hours like I used to. Now I'm going to do 30 minutes and see how that goes. Now I'm going to take more breaks and see how that goes. And doing that without judgment, without beating myself up because it was only 30 minutes. Oh, because you taking all those breaks, like just doing it without judgment, being okay with that. So I was able to start working on some things, working on more content, and essentially just shifted my mindset from, again, just being the victim to being a victor in this whole situation, and not focus on my circumstances and not allowing the circumstances to define me, but actually allowing it to refine me, right? I think we can go through so many things in our life, and things can be happening so much around us that we can be consumed by it so much, and we allow it to define us. And then that keeps us stuck. That keeps us like, oh, well, I can't do that because I'm going through this, and I can't do that. Granted, this has not been easy, y'all. Like, this has been a journey, a marathon, right? This ain't nobody race. This is a marathon. And I have to admit, like, there's some good days, there's some not so good days. But I remember I have to keep God in front of me, and know and remember that he has gotten me through so much already. Why would he leave me now? I'm starting to get emotional. Why would he leave me now? You have been through so much. You have felt so broken before, but you were able to get back up then, and you certainly will get back up this time. But I had to shift my focus back on him, because when I was worshiping the circumstances, when I was worshiping the symptoms and what I was feeling, I was just be sitting and just couldn't do anything, and it was just a blob of whatever, right? But once I was able to just remember what God has brought me through, and how much I have learned about him and about myself, it's funny. It's funny that I'm gonna say that, but it's been worth it, right? Like it's been worth it. I can't believe I just said that. Like I said, what I've been through is not fun. Has not been fun. It has felt like shit, like over and over again. But I'm sitting here today, able to record this podcast. I just got off another I was interviewing or was on somebody else's podcast, sharing, information in regards to perimenopause and menopause and how women can navigate through these changes. I'm able to do that today. I'm able to do it. I was able to get up this morning and put on my nice, if y'all looking on YouTube, my nice little head wrap, because my hair is a hot mess under here, but I got this cute head wrap on, y'all. Those of you who can watch me on YouTube. I was able to put my little wrap on today, put a cute dress on, and record this episode and just share, again, just more of my story, more of just all of the emotions that go along with these huge transitions. Because they're all very similar. The transition into menopause with my perimenopausal symptoms, all the changes that go along with that. The transition into entrepreneurship, all the changes that go along with that. All the emotions and the thoughts that go along with that. The transition from the version of myself before COVID, now the version of myself after COVID. It has been, like I said, a marathon. It has been a marathon. But I have been able to get back up. I've been able to keep going in walking in my purpose. When I shift my focus, when I stop worshiping the negative thoughts, the negative things that I tell myself, the symptoms, when I shift my focus from that, stop worshiping that, and just focus on pouring into me, right? Pouring into myself. And, worshiping God, it's not just about, saying prayers and learning scriptures, but it also is about what I'm doing for myself, right? That's also a sign of worship to him, because he wants us to take care of ourselves. He does not want us to ignore ourselves and allow things to just, go all willy-nilly and not do anything about it. Like, he wants us to pour into us in ourselves. He wants us to love on ourselves. So doing those type of things is also a sign of worship. So the power of that, and able to see the power of that, it just made a big shift in what I've been able to do, just moving forward. Because once I stopped, again, worshiping these other things that are happening to me, and just really shift my mindset that these things are not happening to me, but they're happening for me. They're allowing me to, again, uncover more stuff about myself, allowing me to trust myself even more, and obviously trust God as I'm just walking this walk. And like I said before, it is not easy. It has not been easy. I'm not going to say that it's, been easy, but I think just remembering, leading with worshiping him, and in the form of loving on myself, having more compassion for myself, serving others, right? Gratitude, prayer, like all of that is a sign of worship to him, and worshiping that as opposed to worshiping all the negative crap that I've been experiencing and going through has been a shift for me, and has allowed me to now, get back into what I love to do, which is get on here and talk to y'all and share other things on other people's podcasts and speak on other platforms, speak on my own platform, and just share more of, like I said, my own story, my journey, all of the emotions and the thoughts, because I think that just sharing that, I know that it helps at least one person. Knowing that you are not out here, experiencing these things all by yourself or the only one. We are out here doing it together. We can be out here doing it together. Again, but just recognizing the power of worship when we are entering these phases of menopause, when we're entering entrepreneurship, recognizing where we put our focus makes a world of a difference of us showing up for ourselves and showing up in our businesses, showing up in the world. So I just wanted to share that. So of course, with that, I wanted to end with a scripture, John 15, verse 5, which says, "I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever abides in me and I in him, he it is that bears much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing." And I've realized, again, over and over again, like without him, I cannot do anything. Without him, I would not be sitting here. Because there were certainly days where I felt like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. There were certainly nights where I was afraid that I wouldn't wake up in the next morning. Like, seriously, y'all, like it was real. But again, without him, I would not be here. I would not be here and able to share with you all, hoping that it would help at least one of you that are watching, that are listening. So I leave with you the question of, if there is something that you are going through, because again, I know life be lifing always. I want to encourage you to, or have you think about, are you worshiping your pain more? Are you worshiping your circumstances more than who you should be worshiping in regards to, if you're a believer, God, the Holy Spirit, the higher power that will actually give you the ability to get through it, give you the capacity to get through it. And in order to do that, you have to shift, like I said, your mindset in regards to how you need to have more compassion for yourself, give yourself more grace as you are moving through the ebbs and flows of the challenges and the changes that you're going through. So, all right. So that's what I wanted to share. If you are a woman of color, a Black woman, again, I want you to know that you can do anything. Despite the challenges, despite the traumas, despite all the things that you are going through, you can do anything with him. With him. Keeping him in front of you. I am certainly a testament of that. So that's what I would leave you all with. Until next time, sending love and light to you all. All right, y'all. Bye.